In this strategy, we are going to load 3 images, one for mobile, one for tablet, and one for background. Now, this was more of a test and just to demonstrate. We can go about loading different images into different devices with our media queries, but this is more of an example of what is not ideal performance-wise, but meets our goal as far as art direction. Now, let's first point out that I went ahead and I removed the first media query for mobile. This setup basically makes the first set of declaration blocks, the first set of styles, the default for all mobile devices. And when I say mobile devices, I mean phone. Now, you'll notice we still have the media query for tablet, and we still have the media query for desktop. Now, let's just go down and take a quick look. You'll see that as far as adding meaning to the page, we now have a header. In one of the other strategies, we were using background images in the media queries themselves in the CSS, which is great if you don't need the images for meaning, that they're just for decoration. But if the image is a requirement for meaning, then you're probably going to want the image to be in line. Now, in this example, we have a header, which semantically has a meaning. And within our header, we have 3 image elements, and we're loading 3 different images. Again, we're loading the 480, the 800, and the 1080 images, one for each of the different devices. Okay. Now, the way we're going about this, just to explain it real quickly, is you'll notice first that I do have image, and this is going to cascade down. I don't call image anywhere else as far as the image element on its own, or the selector on its own, or this tag. And I'm setting the width to 100 viewport width, and I'm doing this so as we stretch the web browser, the image still stretches, and we get what appears to be that responsive image. If not, what would happen is the image would stay at its physical set size, and when we go from breakpoint to breakpoint, you would see the image just snap to that size as it's loaded. Now, to explain the strategy here, we have 1, 2, 3 images inside of our header. So we're going to use image colon nth child 1. So we're calling the first image element in the parent. The parent is header. This is going to target the first image, and we're going to set the display to block, okay, as opposed to display none, where the element would collapse on itself, all right, as far as its height. Then we have image nth child 2, comma, so that's basically saying image nth child 2 and image nth child 3 set the display to none. So we're going to see the first image, but we're going to hide image 2 and 3. In the tablet, we're going to tell image nth child to display block, and 1 and 3 will be display none. And then in the desktop, we'll go ahead and tell nth child 3 to now display block, and 1 and 2 will display none. So we're toggling these 3 images off, okay? Now, the downside to this, if we just go back and let's look at our waterfall as far as performance. I'm going to reload the page real quick, and you'll notice that all 3 images are loading now. We're not loading an image based on a particular device. So set up this way, regardless of which image. So if we, let's say we were in a tablet device and we were using this strategy, which works as far as art direction. Let's reload our page. We're loading all three images. So from a performance viewpoint or standpoint, this strategy, although it works, it's not best suited for performance.